The common thread for everything I do is this idea of a web services architecture. What does that mean? It means taking components of software and systems and having them be self-describing, so that you can name them, ask them what their capabilities are, and communicate with them using a standard protocol. With tech companies, whoever's the leader is always questioned. They say, is this the end of them? And there's more times people think that's the case than it really is the case. Nobody spends any money on smallpox unless they worry about a bioterrorist recreating it. I'm not big on to-do lists. Instead, I use email and desktop folders and my online calendar, so when I walk up to my desk, I can focus on the emails I flagged and check the folders that are monitoring particular projects and particular blogs. I think any statement about stock prices is always suspect unless it's made by Warren Buffett. The misconception that aid falls straight into the hands of dictators largely stems from the Cold War era. Teaching's hard. You need different skills, positive reinforcement, keeping students from getting bored, commanding their attention in a certain way. There is a difference between what technology enables and what historical business practices enable. Antitrust is the way that the government promotes markets when there are market failures. It has nothing to do with the idea of free information. Over time, yes, countries will need to look at specific GMO products like they look at drugs today, where they don't approve them all. They look hard at the safety and the testing, and they make sure that the benefits far outweigh any of the downsides. One of the statistics that always amazes me is the approval of the Chinese government, not elected, is over 80%. The approval of the US government, fully elected, is 19%. Well, we elected these people and they didn't elect those people. Isn't it supposed to be different? Aren't we supposed to like the people that we elected? In almost every area of human endeavor, the practice improves over time. That hasn't been the case for teaching. At Microsoft there are lots of brilliant ideas, but the image is that they all come from the top. I'm afraid that's not quite right. I have seen firsthand that agricultural science has enormous potential to increase the yields of small farmers and lift them out of hunger and poverty. In inner-city, low-income communities of color, there's such a high correlation in terms of educational quality and success. It's possible, you can never know, that the universe exists only for me. If so, it's sure going well for me, I must admit. We are in the throes of a transition where every publication has to think of their digital strategy. Like my friend Warren Buffett, I feel particularly lucky to do something every day that I love to do. He calls it tap dancing to work.